Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. And as you can see from the title of this video, I will be giving my commentary on the interesting story of Stormi Steele, owner of Canvas Beauty, hiring her former fellow castmate Louis Whitlow from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I just want to talk about some possibilities based on the umbrella of human resources, what this could mean for Canvas Beauty. And of course, as you can see from the visuals, I also want to talk about my great experience at the Queens of R&B concert. Now, before we get into these topics, I ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy discussing the various topics surrounding Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you as one of the showstoppers. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. All right, so of course, the great YouTube channel What's Happening broke this story about Louis Whitlow now working for Canvas Beauty. And I also saw where Reality Insights, she gave her opinion on the story as well. Now, as you can see, this is an image in the top left corner of Louis Whitlow. It is the back of him. Of course, he's wearing a cream t-shirt and some jean shorts. And Stormi Steele, she produced a reel, REEL, of her planning for another TikTok live. She says it's going to be a huge TikTok live, so she wanted all hands on deck. And we see this image of Louis Whitlow talking to her staff. And someone in the comments asked Stormi, "Is that Big Lou?" And Stormi replied with, "He's helping us with HR, human resources. He has an amazing business in that field." So, of course, when I think of human resources, I think about people who initially are involved with the hiring process. They may post a job and list all of the job duties. They may do an initial weeding out of resumes. I personally think that some HR associates, they could just literally have the function of having to do Control F and type in certain words to see if the resume includes that work experience or degree in a certain field, and then it gets filtered and goes on from there. That's my guess. For some people, maybe on the entry level associates, their job may be just to kind of scan resumes. So I think of like the hiring process. Of course, I think about employee relations. If someone feels the need to report something that they've witnessed or they experienced on the job to human resources. Some companies, they're also known as team member services. It's HR. And so they handle, any sort of issues like sexual harassment or racist or sexist comments or behaviors, that take place on the job. And then, of course, if someone loses their job, unfortunately, HR gets involved and they have to agree. And, very serious things involving the employees, the staff of the company. So when I watched these videos, I thought to myself, is Stormi still planning on expanding Canvas Beauty? Will she be hiring more people to work for her company? I imagine to make sure that she's able to meet the TikTok demands when people shop TikTok, because TikTok is giving all sorts of sales. If you watch Melody Cherie's TikTok lives, Melody does a great job at explaining TikTok shop. So she'll say that TikTok may give you additional sales on top of what I'm giving you, and TikTok may give you free shipping. So I imagine when TikTok works with someone, when they partner with someone, they expect very fast turn times in terms of when people pay for their order and when that order gets prepared and when that order gets shipped out. And it sounds like Stormy really wants to take this serious because she knows that the word is out there allegedly with people and their experiences of when they order online and getting the product. So I believe that she wants to perhaps clean that image up or definitely wants to meet TikTok's demands. So perhaps she's hired Louis Whitlow to help her with weeding out the process. And it sounds like if he's talking to existing employees, like he is in the clip, then she also wants him to set that expectation and perhaps review with them their job duties to get the products out. And then also, I'm going to play the video for you all because then you'll be able to see all of her staffers. They have to pay attention because with those body glazes, she has them in so many different flavors and scents that they're going to have to make sure that they are reading correctly and comprehending the correct orders. So I'm sure that Louis Whitlow is probably sharing the importance of that as well. Now, I also thought about Stormy may make Louis Whitlow sign an NDA so that he does not go public with any experiences that he may have working for Canvas Beauty, or just to make sure that he does not disclose any of their processes, especially after she fired Kyle and he shared his experiences on his social media, on Instagram. So she may have Louis Whitlow sign an NDA to prevent that from ever happening again. Also, I thought about Stormi Steele hiring Louis Whitlow and her already having worked with him. She already knows his temperament. I'm not going to go as far as to say she may think that he's controllable. She can control him, but she may find his energy to be very professional and approachable, and she could talk things out with him. And I'm not saying that Kyle is someone that she could not talk to, but I'm just saying, like, if she is like, okay, well, let me just stick to hiring my own kind and let me get someone who is professional and will know how to talk to my staff, I think that Louis would be a good fit for that. I did think about that. So, also, I thought about if there is another season of Love and Marriage Huntsville and Stormi Steele stays on the show, does this mean that the Whitlows will return to Love and Marriage Huntsville, even if it's just on a kind of a pop out basis? If we see a scene that she films with Louis about his role at Canvas Beauty and how things are going. So now it seems like anything is possible. I know like a month or so ago, Stormy was live on her Instagram and she said, yeah, Love and Marriage Huntsville, when I was on that show. She did not elaborate. She did not confirm or deny that she's left Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she said that she felt like she kind of spoke too soon because it wasn't the time for her to say something. It's going in the route that she could be leaving the show. But if for some reason that was just some propaganda, some little trickery, and she stays, does this mean that we will see the Whitlows on Love and Marriage Huntsville again? So definitely those were my thoughts when I heard the story. Do you think that Louis Whitlow has been brought on to work for Canvas Beauty because she is expanding, she's hiring more employees? Or are there some expectations that Stormy wants her current staff to meet and she feels like she needs someone to coach them, and Louis Whitlow has that ability? Now, when I Googled Louis Whitlow, Alabama Human Resources, I did get from a website called Rocket Reach. I don't know if this website is related to the mortgage company at all, but It's said that he does have a work experience of being a director of human resources for a company, and he was a manager of recruitment and development for another country, for another company for several years. And he's definitely educated. He has his master's degree in management, reportedly. And, but yes, he definitely has an HR background. So we'll have to see how this pans out. I have a feeling that, he's going to probably whip up her current staff into shape, to meet some expectations. Now, my experience at the Queens of R&B tour, oh my gosh, I had a blast. I loved every single minute of it. Definitely let me know in the comments if the Queens of R&B tour has already made it to your city and if you were able to check out the concert. And if you have not already seen them and they have not yet arrived to your city, I definitely encourage you to go check them out. You will love it. So there were several acts. There was 702, Maya, Total, SWV, and Escape. It was like 4 hours of entertainment. The show actually started out with Tiny's daughter, Zanique, her group that she is in. They performed like 3 or 4 songs. And then after that, we saw 702. And what I liked about the concert was the visuals that was on the screen in the background. It was edited clips of all of their old music videos from the 90s and early 2000s. So it was definitely nostalgic. I saw myself back in high school, in my college dorm room. It was just awesome. I loved it. And with 702, I thought that they looked great. Mila, her vocals were wonderful. They did a very brief tribute to Irish Grimstead. She is the sister of Lamisha Grimstead, another member of 702, and she actually passed away about a year. It was in August 2023. So we're pretty much at the 1 year anniversary of her passing, and they did a brief a tribute to her. Of course, her face was on the big screen. They brought out one of her tour jackets and had it on a stand, and Lamisha was holding one of the sleeves. She said, "Gone too soon, but not forgotten." My sister would have definitely been so excited to be on this tour, and she would have wanted us on this tour. So it was great. And even in their edited clips of their videos, we saw Missy Elliott, because we know that Missy Elliott produced a lot of their hits, including their hit record Steelo. That is what they opened up with. And I just loved it. And Maya, she's actually in the image below Louis Whitlow. She was amazing. Maya did not have any background dancers. And of course, she didn't need it because we all know that she is a trained dancer. Maya Hems from Baltimore, Maryland. You know that 702, they're from Las Vegas. Hence, the name of their group is their area code 702. But Maya is from Baltimore. She's half Italian, half Black, and she sings and she dances. We all know she does tap. And she was like salsa dancing. She was doing like hip hop dance, and it was just her on stage. She had a chair. She would have one foot in the chair and was popping it. And she sang "Take Me There" from the Rugrats soundtrack. She did "It's All About Me," which was her very first single with Cisco. She did "My Love Is Like Whoa." Okay, and everybody was feeling sexy when she started singing that song. And she just did so great. She was such a class act. She threw roses out in the crowd. She threw a poster into the crowd. And she said, "I hope you all have been enjoying the show. And now you can get ready for Escape and SWV." So she came out right before Escape and SWV. And right after Maya was Candy's group Siren. If you follow Candy on Instagram, she's been developing a girl group called Siren. And I watch their clips on Candy's Instagram. They can definitely sing. They're young girls. Like they look like they're older teens or early 20-year-olds, and she's been developing them, and they've been coming out and singing songs on the Queens of R&B tour, which I think that is some great and measurable experience for them. That's very smart and generous of Candy to share the stage with them. I think that that's great experience as new performers. So, and it was just wonderful. The picture that you see all the way to the left was when the ladies first walked out. So definitely the Queens of R&B was a co-headlining tour, meaning that Xscape and SWV co-headlined. They walked out together, and then the SWV ladies left and Xscape sang Just Kicking It, one of my favorite songs ever. And then SWV came out. So the things was the two groups, they would sing like a few songs, and then the other group, SWV, would come out and sing a few songs. I loved it. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted some clips, and you know how on your IG stories they last for 24 hours. So I'm probably at like 22 hours. So if you want to see them on my Instagram stories, definitely go check me out there. And I believe I posted it as well, like made like a regular post as well of a couple of clips. I thought their vocals were crisp. Candy hit her notes, baby, on My Little Secret, as well as Understanding. She hit that high note on both records, because some negative haters, they love to just call out when a singer may have a rough night. I give singers grace. I can harmonize a little bit. Ebony can hum, okay, but singing and to have that wide range, Candy can sing very low. Every man was a woman, and then she can go high on My Little Secret and Understanding, and she did great. And if you follow her on YouTube, she has like a couple of YouTube pages. On her backup channel is where she's been uploading all of her tour footage. And she talks about, when I'm not on tour, I'm not always singing, like I had been filming a reality TV show, and I run businesses. I'm not always actively singing on a regular basis. So yes, sometimes I am rusty. And I know also, I've heard so many things about air conditioning drying out the voice. I remember watching a profile on Aretha Franklin, and they were saying how when she was performing, I believe at one of the Diva shows, she was trying to make the head of the venue shut off the AC, because she said that air conditioning unit, that air condition will dry out the voice, and she wasn't going to get on stage sounding crazy. Also, I remember watching a profile on Mariah Carey, and she said that Luther Vandross taught her, you keep your dressing room full of humidifiers. You don't just have one, you have several, so that before you go on stage, your voice is getting as much moisture as possible. I say all this to say, it is a lot for a singer to get out there on stage, sing several songs. You can even Google what songs did Xscape sing on the Queens of R&B tour. I did that Google search, and I was able to see the entire set, because I've started a playlist and I was trying to think of like the names of a couple of songs. And like, that is a lot of singing night after night. Last night they were here in Detroit. Tonight, right now, their show must be wrapping up in Cleveland. And if you follow Candy on her Instagram, homegirl is very energetic because her kids are with her. And so on Thursday, when they arrived here in Detroit, she took her kids to an arcade in Detroit, And then today in Cleveland, she took her kids to the petting zoo. She was just on stage singing to me. And now today she was at the petting zoo before she got on stage again in Cleveland. So Candy is doing damn good. But even last night, she said, I have been riding around y'all city since we've been here. I just had a fantastic time. I loved it so much. I'm so glad that I went. And I know that some of you in the comments have said you were there too. One of my friends, Brandis from Michigan State, I posted on Facebook. I was like, Candy hit her note and the tour owes me nothing. And Brandis come in and she said, I was there too. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I saw you. But it was awesome, y'all. Definitely check it out. I know that you will love it. And please hit the like button on this video. It is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Shows Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. And I will talk with you all very soon. Bye.